Welcome to the Practice You podcast. My name is Elena Brower. Together, we'll explore and enjoy content and conversations around mastering transitions in our relations, our wellness, our careers, our families, and especially in our missions and visions. You are invited to learn and love and listen with me. Welcome to Practice You. Welcome back to the podcast. I have a very special guest with me today, my son.
Hello, everybody. How are you?
Welcome to the show.
Yes.
This is a podcast about transitions, as you know, and so we're going to have just a quick chat about a few of the transitions that you're going through right now, not the least of which is in honor of the release of Better Apart. I thought it might be helpful and interesting, especially for the families who might be going through separation and divorce, for you to talk about what you feel Daddy and I did right with regards to our divorce back in the day and what we maybe did wrong.
You minimized fighting, which puts a good impression in a child's brain, because a child would think, oh, that's just their way of going about it. They just fight, and that's not good.
And that would become a normal for the kid where
Yeah.
that wouldn't be great. Okay, good. So that's something we did right. Awesome.
Another positive is you guys always apologize to each other.
True.
Yeah, which helps a lot with other people as well.
Yeah. Do you feel like you also were apologized to when that need arose?
I think so. Yeah. I don't really remember it because I was very young in the time, but I'm sure I was. I'm sure my dad could recall as well.
Yeah. No, I think he and I have done a good job with that. The storytelling I thought would be interesting to share with the folks. I know that this is included in Better Apart, but the way in which every single night that you went to bed, just to sort of make sense of things back when it was happening, I would tell you the story of a little girl named Elena, and I would walk you through certain details of her life, my life, and take you all the way up to the meeting of your dad, all the way through the wedding that we had, different details I would offer each night, and all the way through to the time when we figured out that we should be friends rather than married.
Yeah.
Did that help you, and how?
It did. It was definitely nice to know about the way you were back then and how everything has come together. It's nice. It was nice.
Good. I think I did that every night for about a year and a half.
Definitely.
And then one night I asked you if you wanted the story of Elena, and you're like, no, I'm good. It was so sweet.
Yeah.
So parents who are divorcing, aside from not fighting in front of your kids and apologizing, what would you advise them from your vantage point if you had the floor to do so?
Repeat. Sorry.
What would you advise parents who are divorcing? How would you advise them? What are a few good tips that you would give them from your vantage point?
There's a couple really important ones. Obviously, don't fight in front of the child. Always apologize. But make sure that you... sorry. I keep losing my train of thought.
Don't worry. Take your time. Make sure that you...
Make sure...
Maybe just try and be kind to each other.
Yeah, and also be kind to the child when you're going through the divorce.
Yeah, I think that's smart. That's smart.
Yeah.
Anything else that you can think of?
Those are the three most important things in my book.
Got it. Great. We've gone through this a few times, both with friends of yours and with you, regarding requiring eye contact when we talk. And this is not necessarily related to divorce, but can also be useful. I have found, and I've read this a few times, and I found it to be true in my own experience, that when I don't require eye contact from my boy, we're able to have very deep and rich conversations. What have you felt that to affect in you?
It definitely lets me speak more freely. Or even if I'm telling the truth, like if I've done something and I'm trying to come clean, maybe, you'll be like, you don't have to be looking in my eyes, but just say whatever you want, or tell me the truth, or something like that. Or if you're having a deep conversation,
right,
it's nice when you're like, you don't have to look me in the eyes when I say this.
Right. I usually say, if you tell me the truth, you don't have to look me in the eyes, and I won't get you in trouble if you give me the true story.
Yeah.
Which is nice, because I really follow through on that for the most part. True?
Yeah, I would say so.
Good. And what I've liked of late, and I know that the rules at Steiner are to limit media, but I've really enjoyed of late
Sex education.
Sex Education on Netflix. It's very real, very raw. It's based in the UK. The writing is absolutely beyond intelligent.
Fantastic.
It is fantastic. And Jonah and I, as a result of watching it together, have had many rich chats that we never have had. So I just want to give a shout out to the writers of Sex Education.
Definitely,
because
me too.
you're killing it. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for that. What other transitions do you feel like you're going through at 12 years old? And then I'll let you go because I know this is your time.
A lot of things that haven't been so stressful in the past get more stressful. For some reason, they feel more stressful.
Like what?
Like school work,
Right.
being at school.
Right. Tell me about that.
It's hard because a lot of the kids could be somewhere one day and then they'll be completely different the next day. So it's hard for me because I don't know how to walk in there, and it's very stressful. But
Okay.
yeah, and other things also are very stressful. Like practicing piano,
Mm.
for some reason, is a little bit stressful. Definitely not as much as school, but still is stressful.
Mm.
And
Do you feel like there's pressure on you?
pressure on me for piano, yeah, but not for school.
And do you feel like that pressure is self-imposed or imposed from the outside?
Both.
Both. Okay. And I think your point, which I sort of want to highlight, is that everyone shows up and they're different every day. And I think for the parents who are listening, if you have a 12, 13, 14-year-old and you are, experiencing gaps or lapses in good communication, you might want to consider the fact that the reality of the changes in these bodies are not even lost on them. And what Jonah's talking about is the experience of everyone's moods shifting with the tide, with the wind.
In one day.
In one day, in 1 hour, in one moment.
Possibly.
Yeah. So thank you for pointing that out. I'm going to be a little more awake to that. And I also wanted to say, as I wrap up with you, that I would love, as a little challenge, if you would join me for, it's a scandal, a meditation challenge, so that we can see if the stress levels come down, because that's
You'll need to pay me.
I can pay you.
I'm just kidding.
I can totally pay you. I would pay you to do that.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
But I want to see, if you had to gauge your stress right now from 1 to 10, 10 being super, super stressful, 8 being, pretty stressful, 5 being medium stress.
Probably like a 2, 3.
Also, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stress, no, like right now.
Oh, I
But
see.
it depends, you know what I mean?
Okay, so
It can go all over the place.
Gotcha. So at school, it goes up to, let's say, what's the highest?
9 to...
That's really stressful. That's like somebody who's, that's like really somebody who's getting like
Yeah.
hurt. So 7?
No, probably not 10 or 9, if that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Probably about a 7, 6.
Okay, so I'm going to do a little meditation challenge with you to see if we can bring that down. Not right this second.
Oh.
He's
Okay.
giving me a dirty surprise look. Not right this second. Well,
I was like, no.
we're going to work it out so that you have a 5-minute window in your day just to sit still and massive quiet time. And we'll see if that stress level doesn't come down. Deal?
Deal.
And at the end of that time, you'll come back on the podcast and report your findings?
Deal.
Okay, good.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah, I want to thank you. Thank you for coming on. That was very insightful, and I love you very much.
Love you too.